Hello friends, welcome back. This is Amit from Magnet, and today we are going to create this old temple scene inside Element 3D. So first take a look what we are going to create. So this is really nice looking scene that I have created inside Element 3D, and I also think that you will also love to know how I do this. So without wasting any time, let's get started. But before I start, I have to say that if you are new to this channel, I recommend you to check my YouTube channel, and you will find so many other videos related to Element 3D. And if you like those videos, please do subscribe this channel. So let's get started. First we create a new composition. So create a new composition, and then we create a new solid for element layer. So just create a solid and then find element effect in the effect and presets panel. So just type element. So first we go to the scene setup. Okay, so first we create the sky dome and the surface. So for this I'm going to use this preset that I have created earlier. And if you don't know how I create this, I also make a dedicated tutorial on this. So if you not watch my tutorial yet, I give the link in the I button as well as in the description link, so you will get this from there. And I'm also going to change the environment as well. So for this I'm going to use my own environment pack, that is the magnet HDRI pack, and I also give this pack in free. So if you have this, that is good, but if you don't have this, I recommend you to first you download this pack, because only by then you can create a nice lighting for your scene. Okay, so for this I'm going to use this one. Just click and it will appear here. I'm using the kit bus temple pack. So if you have the kit bus temple pack, that is okay, but if you don't have this, I recommend you to download this pack. So for this, first we click on this one, that is the kit bus 3D ancient temple. Just click on this and it will appear here. So first we place it here. Okay, and then we duplicate this, pressing and hold alt and drag any of the axis. So you will duplicate this and place it here, and then we rotate this just like this. Okay, and maybe we place it here, and then we also duplicate it one more time and place it here. Then also duplicate it in this side, and then we rotate this just like this, and again we duplicate one more time to place this here. Okay, maybe we place it here a little bit, and also select this one and place it here. Okay, so this looks something like this for now. And then we use this one, that is the medium one. Just click and then we rotate this just like this and place it here. And then again we duplicate one more time and place it here just like this. Okay, so now we going to use this large group one. Just click and then we place it in left side here, and also duplicate one more time and place it right side here. Okay, and then we use this medium 2 model head. Just click and then we increase the scale little bit and place it in the back side just like this. Just create a another level of temple here, or maybe we decrease the size little bit down, and then also duplicate one more time, and again one more time. Okay, so first we place this model here, and then it is maybe at the middle, and the third one is placed here. Okay, so this is how we can place our temple initially, and then we do the rest here. That is, we use some stone road here. So for this I'm going to use some model that I downloaded from Megascan. So if you don't know how to get Megascan models, you can also check my dedicated tutorial on this, and you also get the tutorial link in the I button as well as the description link, this one. So just click, and you can see it is little bit big, so I first scale it down, and if I click on this, it will only focus on the model that we select here. And you can see that the road is little curvy, so we need to flat this. So just we select this scale tool here, and then we just decrease the y-axis here, and it will flatten this model. Okay, and then we also decrease the scale little bit more, and then we place it here. I using this mouse scroll button, scroll switch to zoom in and zoom out, and again we duplicate one more time, and you can duplicate several times to make this stone road. Okay, so just like this. Okay, so this look amazing, but you can see that some pillars also on the road, so we need to place these pillars in little bit of left side, so it will match. First we select this and place it here. Okay, just like this. So this look amazing, and then we use some gate here to make that the main gate of this temple. Okay, so for this I'm also using some kitbus temple model pack models. So just click on this folder, and I'm using this one. This is the component one. Just click and it will appear here, and maybe we place it here, or maybe we can decrease the scale and also duplicate one more time, and then we rotate this. Okay, so press shift to snap the rotation, and then we joint this just like this. Okay, so this look really amazing. And if you go here and enable this show ambient occlusion, you will get a nice result. But when you turn on this ambient occlusion, you will see that the scene going to little bit laggy, but it will give you nice shading to understand the depth of the scene. So but for now we going to uncheck this to work faster here. Okay, so this look nice, and then we use some tree models here. So for this I'm going to use my own tree model pack, that is the magnet tree model pack, and I also give this model pack in free. So if you have this, that is really awesome, but if you don't have this, I recommend you to download this pack as soon as possible, because it is a huge pack for trees. So for this I'm going to use this tree model here. So just click. Okay, so but you can see the texture is not look right here, so we need to change some settings of the texture of the tree. So first we expand this tree model, and first we change the leaf material here. Okay, first we go to the diffuse, and we slide this slider here and hit OK, and then we go to the diffuse color. So first we change this to green, light green like this. Okay, and hit OK, and then we go to this glossiness channel and tighten the leaf glossiness texture here and hit OK, and then just copy this and paste it to its reflectivity. Okay, and then we go over the reflectivity and increase the reflectivity just slightly, not much, maybe 15%, look nice. And then we come over the subsurface scattering. So now we just enable this, and then we change the scattering color. So maybe we are use some this color here, and which is maybe the neon green or maybe the neon orange type color here. Okay, just hit OK. And if you visualize how it look like with the subsurface scattering, just change the subsurface scattering here, that is the SSS, and increase this intensity, and you will see that how it look like when you enable the subsurface scattering. But it look really gross here because the lighting is not proper here. Okay, so our leaf texture is ready to use, and then we change some settings to the trunk textures as well. First we import this aspen tree new model here, and we are not going to use this model here. We only apply this model here because only for the trunk texture here. Okay, so once you import any model in your scene, the texture is imported in the material library here. So here from we can get this trunk texture. So just click and drag to this tree here, so it will apply on this tree as well. Okay, and just delete this. Okay, so first we select the tree here, and then we decrease the scale, or maybe we check this button, that is the normalize size, and then we right click on the scale option here and reset the scale, and then we can increase the scale just like this. Okay, and then we place the tree here, maybe place it here, and then we duplicate the tree in several times to fill up our scene. So place it here maybe, and then we decrease the scale size, and also we rotate, so make it little bit different, and then also do the same here. And then the last place here, and also rotate this, and then place it here. Okay, so this look amazing for now, and if we enable the ambient occlusion, you will see the nice result. Or maybe we can change the sunlight, and you can see this look really amazing. Okay, so now we put some ground vegetations as well. So for this I just use those trees and duplicate it and place it here, just down the position, and then we can decrease the scale and place it here, and again we duplicate it several times and place here and there. Okay, so you can see initially it looked really amazing, and I'm also use some stone here. Okay, so this stone I'm using that I downloaded from Megascan. So just click, and then I decrease the scale, and then I rotate this and place it here. Okay, and then also I duplicate it one more time, and again I duplicate it. Okay, so this look amazing. Or maybe we do some lower vegetations as well. So just select any of these and duplicate it and place it here. Okay, and again do the same here, this side, just place it here. Okay, so this look amazing. And then I use some other level of trees. So for this I am going to just duplicate the one of the tree here, and drag outside from the group. Okay, and the position is not in the middle, so I have to reset the positions as well for this tree model. So go to the position and right click and just reset the position here. Okay, and as well as reset the scale and orientations as well. And then I put this tree into group number 2, and now then hit OK. So now we create a new camera for our scene. So create a new camera and hit OK, and then select the camera tool here and move your camera, and you will see the scene look really amazing. And if you see that there is an extra tree here, it is because that this tree is placed in the group number 2. So we also replicate this tree and place it behind those temple, and it will create a nice look for our scene. Okay, so maybe we place our camera here for now, and then go to the effects control panel here and select the element layer, and we put the tree in the group number 2. So go to the group number 2 and go to the particle replicator, and then change the particle replicator shape to 3D grid, and then we decrease the Y grid to 1 and increase the X grid and as well as the Z grid. And one thing we have to do, that when we edit our scene, we set the render mode to draft mode, because this scene is very heavy, and if we not put it in a draft mode, it will take forever to render. So just, and then we place those tree behind those temples. Okay, and we also increase the X scale as well as the Z scale, just like this. Okay, and then go to the shape option here, I mean the replicator effect here, and go to the scatter and just scatter the X scatter, and press shift and increase the X scatter, and press shift and increase the Z scatter only. Okay, and maybe we go to the particle look here and increase the particle size, and also increase the randomness to make little different, and then go to the particle rotation and randomize angle, and only increase the y rotation here. Okay, so now you will see that it will create a distant tree field behind the temple. Okay, and also one thing we have to do, that maybe we decrease the Z scale and increase the X grid replication of the tree, and maybe we little bit increase the Z as well and place it little behind. I mean just increase the Z scale value here. Okay, so just like that. And now we come back to the full render here, and then we put a light in our scene. Okay, so just create a new light, and for this we using the parallel light and change the color to white and enable this cast shadow, and just hit OK. And you will see that it look really gross because our light is not placed in the right place. So first we click on the light and press P to bring the position values, and first we put it 0 here, and then we place our light wherever you want, just place it, and maybe we decrease the resolution to maybe third or so, because my PC is not high enough to handle this. Okay, and then we place it here. Okay, and you will see that those trees look like this because we enable the subsurface scattering here. So if you think that this is too much, I mean this is really too much, so we go to the render setting here and go to the subsurface scattering and decrease the intensity to maybe 50%. Okay, just like this. And then we create another light that will be our ambient light. So just change this light to ambient and maybe the intensity 100% and hit OK. The intensity is too high, so maybe we change this to maybe 60 or so. Okay, so this look amazing for now, but our scene look little bit very flat because we not put the fog here. So we go to the fog settings and enable this, and then we change the color to maybe white and hit OK, and then we increase the fog distance. And you can see that our scene is little bit laggy because this is a very big scene here. So you have to do one thing, that just change the resolution to third, or I mean quarter, so it can run nicely. Okay, so you can see that this look amazing for now. Or maybe I have to check the camera if I turn on the depth of field or not, but no, depth of field is off. Okay, so now if we turn on the shadow, so let's see what happens if we turn on the shadow. So just turn this on, maybe we save our project, and also increase the map size to 4K, and go to the parallel light setting and increase the shadow map size. Okay, just like this. And you can see this look really amazing. Okay, so now if we turn on the ambient occlusion as well, so just turn this on, and maybe we increase the intensity to maybe 4, and it will create a nice contact shadow here, and everything look nice for now. But you can see that the far distant trees are not filling the backside totally, so we need to increase the tree amount there. So just click here and increase the X number of tree, so now it can hide the background. But one thing we also do, that go to the fog settings here and increase the fog opacity, and then we decrease the start distance here. Okay, so now it look nice. Okay, and if you do one thing, that go to the shadow switch here and go to the advanced option, and there is a option that is the called use backface. So just turn this on. You can see there is some subsurface scattering happening here. If we turn this off, you can see this look like this, and if we turn this on, there is something change. Okay, so this is the trick of the scene. So now one thing we have to do, that if we go to the group number 2, and first we come here and change the render mode to draft mode, and then we go to the group number 2 and go to the its Z position and place it little closer to the camera like this, and you can see that this look also nice. And then if we turn the render mode to full render here, and you can see this look something like this, and this is look really amazing. And one thing we have to do, that go to the ambient occlusion, and the intensity is too high, so maybe we change this to 3. Okay, and then we turn the resolution to full, and you can see this look really amazing. And then we can create a new null object to control the camera. So just create a null object and place up above the camera and make it 3D, and then we link our camera to the null object here. Okay, and then again we turn our resolution to third maybe, and then go to the camera and press R to bring the rotation values. And if we change the X rotation here, you can see if we change the X rotation, the camera faces down, and if we increase in plus 25 or so, or 50, you can see it look towards the up way. Okay, so now we can do some little bit camera animation here. So first we change the render mode to draft mode, and then we create a keyframe here, and then maybe we go to maybe 10 seconds or so and press in and trim the comp area here, and then we change this to maybe 0, and also we click on this null object here and press P, and then we make a keyframe here and then go to the very end and then also make some camera move here just like this. Okay, so let's see how it look like with full effect. So just turn the effect mode to full render here and make a little ramp preview here. Okay, so just press 0. Okay, let's see. Wow, that look amazing. But one thing bothering me that the far distance tree have a very intense subsurface scattering. So maybe our light is not placed right. So first we go to our light and then press P and just change the light position, and also we go to our after element layer and then we decrease the Z scale, and also we place our tree little bit closer to the camera just like this. Okay, now you will get a very dense forest as well, and also we go to the particle size randomness and increase it little bit more. Okay, just like this, and then again we go to our light and again we go to its Z axis and press maybe 400, and now it look really amazing and the lighting is nice here, and maybe we change the X position of the light as well. So just decrease this, and now we place our camera a little bit down. So for this select the camera tool here and press P, and then we just bring the position little bit down, and you can see the scene is little laggy. So first we go to its draft mode and then we down the camera little very much, so just put it little up. Okay, so place it here maybe, and then if we turn on the full render here, wow, you can see this look really amazing. Okay, so now we put some character here. So for this we again go to the scene setup, and for this I am going to use a Mixamo model that I downloaded from Mixamo, and if you want you can download this from Mixamo, or I also give the model in the description link, so you will get this from there. So first we click on this and place this to group number 3. So first we just click OK. So here is the model, but this look little big here. So first we go to the group number 3 and then we create a null object for this. Okay, so now we create a null object and then we press S to bring the scale option here, and then we type maybe 50. Okay, but it is, I don't know, uh, it look nice I guess, but it is not realistic. So first we change the decrease the size little bit more, so maybe 10. Now it look little bit manageable, but I think it is too much small, so maybe 15. And this is not, so maybe 12. Okay, so now it look little bit manageable. So first we press R and turn this model towards the temple. So just type 180 degree, and now it faces towards this temple. Okay, if we create another camera here, and initially it look something like this, and select the camera tool and just rotate it, and you will see that this look also nice. And for this I'm going to create another level of trees here. So first we go to the element layer and go to the scene setup. Okay, so first we select this tree, and then we duplicate this and place it in a new group. Okay, and then the group we place it in group number 4. Okay, so now duplicate this tree. So just hold alt and drag the axis and place it here, and then we can rotate this to make it little different. And then also I use the same rock that I used earlier, so just click here and then we place it here, and maybe we decrease the scale and place it little bit down. Okay, and again we select this tree and duplicate one more time and place it here. Okay, and make little down and also rotate this just like this. Okay, so now it can create another level of replication of the tree and also the ground vegetation. Okay, so this folder is placed in group number 4, so remember that, and now hit OK. And then we again go to the draft render mode here, and then we go to the group number 4, and we also do the same as we do for the group number 2. So just go to the group number 2 and copy the all parameters here, and then go to the group number 4 and just paste all the parameters. Okay, so initially it is placed in here, but we need to change the position, so change the Z position. Okay, so and also we increase the scale shape to maybe 30, and also change a little bit more. So I just want to create a very dense forest here, so maybe I decrease the X replication to maybe 12, and this way I can make the render little bit faster, and also increase the scale shape, and then again we increase the Z scale axis also just like this. And now if we again go to the full render here, and now you can see a very nice result here. And if we go to the full resolution, wow, really look nice. So we again go to the draft mode here and place our camera here. Okay, and you can see the character maybe somewhere here. So we select this group number 3 null object because it controls the character, and place the character here. Okay, so in that way you can see the character from the top. Okay, and if we rotate our camera here, and now if we again go to the full render, so select the element layer and go to the full render, now you can get a nice result here. Okay, so for the sake of this tutorial, I am not replicating my trees in a big number, because you can see that the render is too high here, and it is very difficult to show you the demonstration that how it look like if I create a very dense forest here. But if you want, you can increase the particle count to fill up those gaps, so it will look really nice if you do that. So okay, but I only give you the idea that what I use for this scene, and this is how I create the whole scene. And you can also see that if you use too much of tree here, it can really heavy or render, but I just only giving you the idea how I do this. Okay, so and then you can do experiment and you put your camera everywhere and just pre-visualize how your render look like. And when you set up your entire scene, you can do one thing, that first you can select this group null object, because this null object holds the position of the character here. So first we create another new null object here, and press P to bring this position value, and just copy this position value and go to the this new null and make it 3D, and press P and just paste all those position value. Okay, so now if you link this group null one, that the control the camera one, or maybe we can create a new null object here for group camera 2 and make it 3D, and then select the camera 2 and parent link this camera to this group number, I mean null 3. Okay, and then we link this null 3 to null 2. Okay, so what I basically do here, that I create a new null object and copy the position values of the character and paste it to this null object, and then we create a new null object which can control the camera number 2, and last we do that we just link this null 3 to the null number 2. Okay, so in this way, if I press R to bring the rotation value of that null, and again we change the render mode to draft mode, and then we go to the very beginning of our scene and make a keyframe here to the Y rotation and go to the very end. And then if we rotate this, you can see that we orbiting the character, and this is how I create the scene, that you can see that I place the camera in top and follow the character in the scene. So this is how I do this, because you need to control your camera in a right way to focus on your character. Okay, and this is the right way to do that. So now if we maybe we can rotate our camera in this side also. Okay, and also place the camera here. So now if we you can see how difficult it control the camera when you put so much in your scene. Okay, so now if we go to the element layer again and change this to full render here and make a ramp preview here, so press 0. Okay, so let's see. So there are too many empty spaces here, so if we do one thing, that so just select the camera and press A to bring the zoom value here, and maybe we change the value to maybe 2000. Okay, so now it will look little bit more interesting. Okay, and you can see that there are less empty spaces here, so now it will look nice if we animate the scene in that position. Okay, so this is it, and this is how I create the whole scene. And in order to create only the forest scene, you can just put the trees and the rocks and also the lower vegetation, but not includes those temples, and just replicate it, and then you will create a nice forest scene as well. So in this tutorial I'm only focusing on how we set up these temples and also make some trees around this and create a nice scene here. And also I put the characters so I can show you how it look like with the character and some of the camera movements or camera positions. So I hope that you like this tutorial and you will learn new things by watching this tutorial. So this is how I do the whole scene. And one thing you can also do, that you can select the camera and press AA and turn on the depth of field of the camera. And also we change the focus distance to change the focal length of the camera. And also we just increase this and until you get the focus on the character. So just increase this. Okay, and also you can decrease the aperture to maybe 4. So now it look amazing. And one thing we can do, that go to our element layer, and you can see the subsurface scattering is not too much here, it is very less. So go to the render setting and then go to the subsurface scattering and again change the intensity to 100%. Okay, so get nice subsurface scattering as well. So now we do some color correction here. Okay, so for this first we create a adjustment layer and place it at the top here, and then we go to use some color correction tool. That is, first we use some curve effect here and make it little bit up the contrast, and also go to the effect color correction and go to the tint effect here and decrease the saturation little bit only. Okay, and then we go to create a new adjustment layer again and go to the effect magic bullet look and apply this look effect here, and then we go to the edit and then we select some presets here which fits well. So maybe this one fits well here, and again we go to the matte option and choose this diffuse option here and decrease the diffusion, so it will create little bit of bloom in the white areas. Okay, so now we also put some LUT here, so apply some LUT here and then we select some LUT presets from here. So maybe let's see which fits nice here. So this one look nice, but we decrease the strength. Okay, and then we hit OK. And if we change the resolution to full res here and maybe place our camera here, and you can see this create a nice result here. Or maybe we select our camera and press AA and maybe we change the resolution to third and zoom the camera a little bit more, maybe 3000. Okay, and again we go to the full res here and you can see this look really amazing. Okay, and you can also put another assets here. So let's make this. Okay, I just said that you can do this, but we have to do it here so you will understand how it look like with more assets in your scene. So you can see that there are so many empty spaces, so just select this rock and just duplicate this Okay, so now hit OK. So now you can get too much crowdness here. Okay, so this is the trick, and this is how I made the whole scene. And you can see this is not identical that you will get a same result every time, because it is very dynamic, and if you change one of the tree position you will create a brand new scene here. Okay, so just I want to say that you do your experiment and make different renders, and when you satisfy your render, make finalize this. Okay, and don't forget that any time you want to change your camera position, make it into draft mode, so you will rotate your camera or place your camera in different places very easily. And one thing also you can do that, go to the scene setup and select any of the tree or any of the model here, and scroll down little bit here, and you will see that there is an option called optimize mesh. Okay, so if you turn off this, you will see that there are vertices is too much high number, and it will also heavy your render. So if you just turn this on, you will see that the vertices and the faces number is drastically changed, and it lowers the values, so your whole scene will little bit more light to render. Okay, so you can also do this in the beginning of your scene, so you will not do the same for every models which you replicate in different times. So now just hit OK, and again we go to our full render here, and we will say nothing will change, but it is work internally, and you will not notice anything that change here, and there is no change in qualities as well, but your render time will very less if you turn on the optimize mesh option. Okay, so this is it, and this is a very long tutorial I hope, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. And if you like this tutorial, I recommend you to check my other videos, and if you like those videos, please do subscribe this channel. And this is for today, and you also get all the models, all the assets in the description link, so make sure to download those. So this is for today, and I am Amit, and we will see in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.